What's up, basement dwellers? Welcome back to another edition of the Jersey Phanatics. I'm Chris the Dace Man, Dace, and joining me this week, Tyler Freed.
Hell yeah, brother.
And Eric Barezzo.
Woo!
We're talking Phillies. We are about 10 games into the season right now, and we have finished off our Colorado and Dodger series, which we'll be covering today. So first things first, let's talk the Colorado series. We were recording after game one of the Colorado series because they did that weird game Monday, off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then into the weekend series. What do we think about the Taijuan Walker? I know that's the second game, but what do we think about the Taijuan Walker start?
I think he can still go fuck himself. One start doesn't mean nothing to me. He's got to do this for a couple starts. But I mean, if he's gonna get us to Ranger, cool. Then cut him. DFA his ass.
Listen, he put on a great outing, just like I called it. It was fantastic.
No, all right. See, don't even start with the just like I called it, because I listened to the podcast and you guys were crying about the Dodgers series.
Well, I didn't. He wasn't going to pitch in the Dodgers series. He has to pitch tomorrow night or tonight in the Braves.
I'm saying you guys had zero faith in our Phillies going into that Dodgers series.
I did.
Which made me really sad.
I still have zero faith. Because we'll talk about killing Jordan Romano later on in this podcast. And Aaron Nola, who's our worst fucking starting pitcher right now. Anyway.
So when Aaron Nola is your worst starting pitcher, that's a good problem to have.
He is Taijuan Walker in it, which is weird because Taijuan Walker is doing pretty well right now.
But if you look at Aaron Nola's history, he usually doesn't figure it out within his first 3 or 4 starts.
Well, maybe you can solve that for us. Is this his bad year in his roller coaster seasons?
No, this is
supposed to be his good year.
But if you look at all of his good years, I swear to God, it's his first 3 or 4 starts. And I know you guys usually blame it on the cold, but it's just the beginning of the season. That's just what happens. It's just ironic that it gets warm when he finally starts to warm up.
He doesn't have an excuse for the Nationals game. It was 80 degrees.
It's the beginning of the season. That's my excuse. And he just doesn't know how to handle the 4th inning, especially right now.
Especially with Casty getting hit by the RAV4 in right field, too. Did you see that on the game cast?
He got hit by a car?
Well, it was showing the RAV4 going across the screen, and it literally ran right over Casty.
And you mean to tell me Casty didn't end up hitting a grand slam that day?
I know, right?
It was part of his revenge tour.
But yeah, you had 6 scoreless innings by Taijuan Walker. It's exactly what everyone thought in the Delaware Valley. Everyone knew that he was going to go out there and throw one of the best games of his life. And what he did, man, it's just what he did.
Nobody believes that.
I think we handled it perfectly. We just keep fucking booing him and making him feel like a piece of shit. So he comes out envious and spiteful every game, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna show him I really can pitch, and then he actually pitches.
It feels like it's his Jamie Moyer year.
It made his mom cry with happiness. Right? It was fantastic to hear. We got her to shed a tear because of how
still got a job.
I've made my mom cry before too, but I mean that's a story for a different podcast.
Yeah, mine was not for good reasons. I've done it. But they ended up sweeping that Colorado series. Sanchez pitched the home opener. Walker pitched the Wednesday game, or did he pitch Thursday?
The Thursday.
He pitched Thursday. Wheeler pitched Wednesday.
Wheeler had a quality start on Wednesday. I don't remember too much. It was the opening night.
I got to talk about Wednesday's game because I got to sit next to my boy John Middleton. And I got to have a conversation with him, and he told me to be patient about Taijuan Walker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be patient.
I'm not. It's a good thing I have a conversation with him.
That he gets his haircut at Kids Cuts. So he that's where he gets his haircut. It's the same style I used to get when I went there. So he's got to save his money somewhere, paying guys like Taijuan Walker to fucking suck.
Oh man, that was good. I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
But yeah,
Wednesday.
me and him are best friends. So it was really cool to meet him on Wednesday.
Well, opening night was a comeback win too, if I remember correctly. Because the weird thing is, my kids are now letting me stay till about the 6th, 7th inning, so I get to I don't get to leave on a high note or leave on a low note. I actually have been staying for the action since most of their runs have come across the bullpen lately. That was a comeback win because I think Schwarber had a big 7th, and then I think
Yeah.
I don't,
something
Yeah,
I
happened
don't
in
want
the 8th.
to.
in the seventh inning, they scored 4 runs in the seventh and 2 in the eighth.
I don't want to really call it a comeback. I feel like that was because what it was like 2-2 most of the game,
It was
Was it?
1-0.
or 1-0. Okay, I was distracted talking to John Middleton. I forgot what the score was.
I couldn't stop staring at his fucking haircut to see the scoreboard. All right. Well, I mean, the Colorado series was a sweep. Took them into the Dodgers series. What 5-1 at that point?
I need to make a brief statement on this bullpen thing that you guys keep talking about, because I know Eric was upsetty spaghetti about us only being able to hit off of the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize that was like our biggest struggle for the longest time is not being able to hit bullpens. We would usually get shut down at the end of games.
Yeah, now we're getting shut
So
in the beginning.
I'm totally cool with that. If you're gonna score 5 or 6 runs in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, I'm cool with that. I'd rather you be able to score it then than you come out and you score 3 at the beginning and then you just get shut down for the rest of the game. Like I think it's better for our team to be hotter later than it is to be hot early in the game.
That's good logic, but I also would prefer these no-name starters that come out and be pitching 6 innings lights out against us. I'd prefer at
I
least to get
mean,
1 or 2 runs.
it's beginning of the season. I think that's obviously going to change. You kind of you will see it in other action going on currently as we're recording. So I think you'll see them get against the pitchers too. It's good to see that they can do it against bullpens.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good point. Good point.
Well, the big series that happened was this past weekend, and we talked about it over the course of the offseason when the schedule was announced, as well as last week episode going into it, is that the Dodgers was kind of a tone setter. They are the defending World Series champions. You start against the Nationals, you go against the Rockies, then you got one of the team that's going to probably be in the NLCS, if not divisional round. What do we feel? Well, obviously, Eric and I had our feelings about going to the Dodgers. Tyler, what were you thinking heading into it?
Well, so I was thinking that we should have swept it because fuck the Dodgers. They're a bunch of scumbags. I mean, I don't know. I have confidence in this Phillies team. Like, I feel like the offense, they're doing what we wanted them to do. They're leading the league in basically like being patient. I forget what the actual stat is, but they're like leading the lead in not walk rate. I think they're second or third in the walk rate.
It's the chase rate is 25%.
Chase rate, that's the word. Yes, chase rate, which they have dropped all the way down. I think like 5, like they're usually float around 30%, and they're all the way down to 25. Which, I mean, that's what you wanted out of them. You didn't want them chasing the stupid ass fucking balls like Castellanos always likes to do. So I don't know. I mean, through the first 2 games, you just saw the mechanics of the team doing the right thing. So I mean, realistically, I obviously didn't think actually we were going to sweep the Dodgers, but I did think that we should win that series without a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly like we said before: is that Dodgers suck and all their fans suck. So they weren't fans before 2020.
That is a fair statement. They're kind of like the modern day Yankees, I guess. They're the West Coast brand. We did have a little bit of confidence that we were once we talked about the starting pitchers. I didn't expect the Glasnow thing. I did.
Pussy.
Well, it's the weird thing is I expected what happened to Glasnow to happen to Roki. I didn't expect
meltdown.
Yeah, because I just he didn't want to come to the West Coast. I don't think he had a quality start to start before that, and I thought the 2 end games were going to be the difficult ones. They ended up beating Yamamoto. Yamamoto, I think, did that to himself by overthrowing third at the beginning, so it kind of set the tone for that game. What did you think about the Friday night game against the Dodgers?
Man, fuck Yoshi. Fuck them all. Fuck Yoshi. Fuck Roki. Fuck them all.
Fuck the 1-11 Ohtani. Go ahead.
Fuck Ray.
The Friday night game was I love to see it because it's the Phillies playing small ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally how we won that game. Stealing third. That's what you want out of Trey Turner. You want them to cause a reason for an overthrow, or you want to be aggressive on the base path. That's what you want Trey Turner doing because mistakes are going to happen. It's just the nature of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stott scoring the other run off like a little dinker over the shortstop, like small ball. Like, that's all you need, guys. You saw, I think Marsh laid down a couple bunts during that game. It's just I love seeing that they're actually, all the things we've bitched about over the past 2 off seasons, they're actually starting to do it, and it's crazy because they're actually playing well.
Mm-hmm. Thoroughly agree on that. They are finally listening to the play small ball, change up the lineup, and don't swing at every goddamn thing that comes past your eye.
Yes, because Kevin Long started calling around and asking people how to be a fucking hitting coach.
How do I do my job?
Yeah. Like, everyone's like, oh, I love to be around them. And he finally is like, you know what? Maybe I should probably figure out, like, let me watch some YouTube videos or something to actually really coach this job properly.
I want to know who had the conversation with Castellanos to tell him to stop swinging and everything. Because that man, his walk percentage has to be the highest it's been in his career.
It's got to be fucking Liam. Like, I feel like Liam's like now finally realizing.
Liam, yep.
Like,
Dad.
he's probably like realizing what baseball like actually how to play the game. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing swinging at these sliders every goddamn day?
You're fucking embarrassing, Dad.
Dad, I'm tired of listening to fucking Ray over here sitting to my side, fucking bitching about how you always be striking out, and I need you to, not do that anymore, Dad. All right, cool, thanks.
He was also coaching in the off season. Like, I don't know how old Liam is, but I think he's 11 or 12. So he was down in Florida coaching them. So he probably saw like all the kids not chasing balls outside the zone. He's like, that's a good idea.
Note for you, note for me. Note for you, note for me.
Yep. But yeah, you got against Yoshi, you had Jesus doing a great game again.
Jesus.
7 innings of 2 hit ball and 8 Ks and 2 walks. It's a damn good game, man. He's starting to really I don't know what I was expecting, but he's definitely exceeding my expectations already. So it's nice to have
one success story from a rehab year.
Dependable starter alongside Wheeler, but that's where it's heading.
Again, one success story for a rehab career. Let's talk about a shit success story in that same game where he almost fucking blew it for us, and thank God JT said, I'm going to take care of this shit and end it.
My boy, Lil Dicky.
Yeah, Lil Dicky is a dick and can't fucking find a strike zone to save his life. Almost blew the game for us. But before that happened, let's talk about the big play. JT Realmuto picking off Ohtani.
To end the game, strike him out, throw him out.
Yeah, I think it was Taylor he ended the game on. But he ended the 8th inning on Ohtani with Mookie batting. And even JT in the post game was like, I don't know why I was doing that with Mookie up at the plate.
What? That's such dumb base running. I get it, be aggressive, but that's stupid base running. That's the shit that you teach little leaguers not to do. You have one of your best hitters up at the plate. You have a runner on first and third with 2 outs, and you're going to go run yourself into an out. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know how to properly play the game. And you just played off of fucking talent. Because they didn't send them. You just said, oh, I can do this.
And Nick's in the outfield going, hey, I had that in my notes. You don't do that. I taught my kids that.
Yeah. Not to mention, you don't do that on one of the best catchers in the league.
Mm-hmm. But then we go into the 9th with...
Even JT is looking really good with his pop rate and everything again this year. He seems like he's fully healthy right now.
But even in the ninth, when the little Dicky came out and almost blew the game because he just likes stress, JT ended the game on that with a pick off of Taylor, which, whew, thank God, because I was standing at the end of that game looking at the TV. Jimmy's on his damn tablet ruining the weekend before he knew he was ruining the weekend. Completely just like on the edge of my seat of like, what is happening? And why did he look so good in spring training versus why does he look like dog shit in the regular season? Any ideas what's up with Romano? Because it's gonna pop. His fucking ugly head's gonna pop up again.
People have been asking if he's injured because his velocity is down, so he's going down the Taijuan Walker route.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Topper said today that he's not injured; he's fully healthy.
So he just
if
sucks.
He's fully healthy, he just sucks. Yeah.
There's just something there. Like maybe it's probably his mechanics. He probably had something working in spring training against lesser talent, and then he thought that whatever he was doing, stick with that, and then it's just not. He's just not consistent right now. He's got good stuff. I mean, yeah, his velocity's down, but otherwise, like he's just around the strike zone. He's getting hit and looks kind of. He just looks shaky. Like he doesn't look like he has the confidence behind his pitching. And that's kind of what Alvarado looked like at one point last year. So, I mean, hopefully whatever they did in the offseason for Alvarado, they can do for him here.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Alvarado Ozempic.
Is that what it was?
50 pounds.
Well, I don't think Lil Dicky can afford to lose any more weight. He's already looking scrawny as fuck, but
maybe the nose.
He's got to put it on like Rojas put on 15 pounds of muscle.
I mean, he probably did. Just listen, bro. Just because the dude ain't fucking cranking homers doesn't mean he didn't put on muscle.
I mean, he probably put on 15 pounds of like fat because he got slower after that.
Everyone gets slower after you put on muscle.
Yeah, Rojas, yeah.
Clearly, as that we'll see as we're recording / the game last night when this drops, where he just fucking stopped dead in the center field and watched the ball drop in front of him. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's literally underneath of the ball.
We're right there.
We'll probably talk more about that next week when we talk Brave series. But if the game finishes tonight, we're gonna fucking berate him. The other, I would say he's probably, even though it's not an extreme weak point, he is one of the weaker points of our team right now is Romano. The other one is the Saturday, Mr. Slow Start himself, Aaron Nola, gave up, 2 home runs? So he's averaging 2 home runs a game at this point. It's lovely. 7 Warriors, that shit.
I'll be the Aaron Nola defender here. That's fine. I'm cool with it. Give him you got to give him a couple starts. He always starts the season slow. It's very rare for him to start hot and good. Honestly, he pitched against the Dodgers, but like we still had a chance to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was, he gave up. I mean, he ended up giving up 5 runs. I think 4 or 5.
I think so.
Which that sucks, but like we were still there. We still should have. It should have been a no decision for him.
He gave up 3 runs.
He gave up 3. Okay, so that's still not that terrible.
7 hits, 3 runs, 2 Ks, 1 walk in 6 innings of work. So it was a quality start. You should be able to get 3 runs. But
we had 3 runs. If it wasn't for a fucking hit and run gone bad, we would have had 3 runs. That play between what was it, Schwarber hitting? Mm-hmm. Schwarber pulled it to right, and then Stott was off on a steal, and then had to get back. So outside of that, and then I think whoever was on third tug up and would have been safe. I think it was JT or something. Mm-hmm. So like that there, I think, and then the next inning is when they came out, they hit another home run or some shit, and then they just kind of took off with the game. We're that close from a sweep, in my opinion. I think if that play goes the other way, I think pitching gets a little more, precise, and I think our hitting actually pulls it off.
Makes sense. And Nola only gave up 3? Was there 2 that were considered like an error or something?
Nope. 3 runs, 3 earned.
Could have sworn the score was like 5-something after he came out.
Nope, 3-1.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, to drop just to drop one to the Dodgers isn't bad, and then we move on to Sunday with Glasnow again. What I was not expecting was him to get fucking chased out so early. The offense showed up.
That was just I think a bad game overall with your starting pitchers on both sides. Because Sanchez even looked rough too. You know, he may have he went 5 and 2/3, but still gave up 4 runs, 2 home runs, 9 Ks, which is still good.
I mean, if you watched the game and didn't just go off of that stat, he looked pretty good. Like outside of
Teoscar had his number. That's pretty much it.
The sloppy weather, like I mean, it affected him too. Like I get it. Glasnow, you know, had his issues with the weather and whatnot. But it affects both sides. Like Christopher Sanchez had Ohtani looking uncomfortable. Like he did not.
Well, Ohtani was awful this whole entire weekend. I think he was 1 for 11 against us.
I think he's scared of Philly because I feel like he's like 2 for like.
He is.
I don't even know.
6 for 25 since he's been a Dodger. Against
in Philly or against Philly?
Against Philly. I don't know what the breakdown was in Philly last year, but
I honestly think in Philly he only had like 1 hit last year too. Like he does not do well in Philly. I don't know if it's because we're feeding him a bunch of fucking cheesesteaks and he's just fucking fat and bloated for this shit or what. But
he can't get his manager on the line. His better.
What do you mean, bro? He's in PA. He can sports bet in PA. He's fine.
It's right there.
His manager's in jail right now.
Yeah, but
no shit. He's got a new guy.
He can send one of the other guys. I just assumed he was creating an army for himself, either to fight Godzilla or go over to Live and just have him bet for him. He had up Cheever.
Did you see the video that came across of him meeting President Trump in the White House?
Yeah.
No, I don't give a fuck anything about
they said that. Was it you, Dace, that said it? That he thought that it was FanDuel, and that's why he went?
No, I wish. That would have been great. Is this Trump Casino? Is that why we're going to Trump Casino? This is fantastic. I can gamble.
Ohtani thought he was meeting the CEO of FanDuel, so he was so excited to go.
What's this old-looking document over there? The rules to betting? All right, I'll take a bet. Double down the country doesn't exist in a year.
But, yeah, so it was a nice little weekend. I definitely didn't expect it. The thing that you didn't, I guess you do expect, is Alvarado to give you a heart attack every time he comes in, and that's exactly what he did. But he still got out of it. But it was a little dicey.
He shut the door on Sunday.
Did he have the rough game Friday night then?
Maybe it was
No. Friday night was Romano.
He had a rough game against Colorado.
That's what it was.
It was against Dodgers.
Now there was a game. I think it was Colorado where he ended up throwing like 30 or 35 pitches.
Yeah,
in the 1 inning.
He wasn't available for Friday or Saturday. I don't think because he threw so much on Thursday.
Which makes sense that we got stuck with Romano. So the other question before we close up the Dodgers.
1 innings, no Ks, no walks, no nothing.
For the Dodgers? Like him versus the Dodgers?
Sunday. He got the save.
Nice. Last topic for the Dodgers conversation before I bring up some other things I want to talk about. The Nick Castellanos Grand Slam, which was amazing. And anecdotally, I wanted to go to the game, but my stepson said, look, you just played softball. I don't want you to have too much fun, so we're not going to go. He's a dickhead. You would have had
too much fun if you were there for that.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have his tablet this week because I don't want him to have too much fun. So, he's going to experience the same sadness I had. Hit the Grand Slam, and I went into his room and said, we could have fucking been there as he's playing Roblox or whatever, and he didn't give two shits. So, but Casty with a Grand Slam, his first as a Philly. Wonderful.
So who died?
The stock market.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what the...
It only cost us $11 trillion as Americans to get a Grand Slam out of Casty.
That's fine.
That's worth it.
That's what the Phillies need it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it was awesome to see them lose, and it was even better to see Tyler make a Dodgers fan cry.
I always make Dodgers fans cry. Fucking pussies.
It made me happy.
See, that's the real question. Did the Phillies win the series or did the Dodgers just lose it? Because either way, the result happened that we won 2 and they lost 2. So it doesn't really fucking matter. You guys lost. We beat you. We're better.
Well, the problem is their entire team was afraid that they were going to get tariffed because they're from Japan. They didn't know where it stopped. So they were distracted the entire weekend thinking, dear God, am I going to be taxed to hit the ball anywhere in the U.S.? And then they knew they had the Washington series coming right up, so they were going to have to see this guy. Like, sir, am I allowed to play?
And then they lost. Crazy, right? It's crazy that the Dodgers lost to the same team that the Phillies lost to. So maybe, you know what? Fuck it. This is the conversation we're going into. I don't know where you were going next. The fucking MLB rankings are fucking stupid, okay?
They are.
How does a team that just won a series against another team not be ranked higher than that team, specifically when they have the same number of losses? How does that happen? It doesn't. It shouldn't, because that's fucking stupid. Why? Why? Because the Dodgers fucking jerk off so hard in the offseason and spend $1 billion fucking dollars, and they could just, we won the fucking rankings. No, you fucking prove it on the field, dude. I don't care how much money you have. One of your boys that you signed in the offseason, fucking Kirby Yates, got lit up by our team. Bitch. All right.
Well, for those of you who didn't read the power rankings, the Dodgers came in at 1, Phillies at 2, Yankees at 3, the Padres at 4, Rangers at 5, Cubs at 6, Diamondbacks at 7, Giants at 8, Mets at 9, and rounding it off at 10 was the Red Sox.
I would have been less pissed off if we were lower than the Yankees, just because of how fucking explosive their offense was the first series of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have been less pissed off at that than the fact that we were lower than the team that we physically beat that weekend. Like, you just walked out of a series, and like, how are they going to say that the team's better? They're not better. Like, the fucking Dodgers fan excuse. I'm not even going to use his name because he's not even worth it. It's because Yoshi fucking overthrew third. Okay, cool. That means he's prone to make errors. You made the mistake. We capitalized on it. It's not our fault that your team fucking sucks at defense.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking if the mound was fine for Glasnow. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot both teams weren't pitching on the same fucking mound. And Glasnow had to cry like a little fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm. Had Sanchez been pulled, or if we didn't capitalize on Yoshi's error, I guarantee you we wouldn't have been second.
No, dude. Like, they probably would have dropped this. Yeah, we would have dropped all the way down to like fucking 10th or something. But we lost. We fucking number 1 team. We could fucking go jerk off. I hate the Dodgers, bro.
But by the end of Sunday, they weren't even the number 1 team in MLB anymore. They were like 3rd. Like, number 1 was, if you're gonna go based on record, the Giants. I'm not saying they're the better team, but like, based on record, Giants should have been number 1 if that's what one of the arguments were.
Major League Baseball is jerking the Dodgers off so hard that they're not even first in their division.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they still have them listed over the team that is first in their division. It says they're number 1, and then they have in the games back, it's a half a game. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, dude, MLB needs to fuck off. And I'm glad that the Nationals fucking Twitter went at them last night, because that was awesome. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
They were making fun of the all caps.
Zach Wheeler threw 104 pitches already.
Here, the Braves game that's happening during the recording.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Well, seems like something we can talk about next week. Okay.
The only other thing I want to talk about is I feel like we've only saw him once, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. The guy from Kansas City, the relief pitcher we picked up,
Carlos Hernandez.
He did not make an appearance in the Colorado 2 games after the home. He made an appearance at the home opener, and we haven't seen him since.
Yeah, he didn't do great. Yeah.
Is he still on the team?
Yeah, he's still there. I mean, I heard a report that they haven't really been using him because they're still trying to get his conditioning right, because he's, like, he came out, like, I think you guys were talking about it, like, he didn't really have a spring training.
Yeah, he
So
was rested for like 12 days or whatever before he actually got picked up off waivers.
they want him to have time to work with Coughlin before they like really throw him out there in situations that they need him to. I mean, there hasn't really been I guess a game that we're like leading by a lot or losing by a lot to like kind of have him eat a couple innings.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're just trying to work with him and learn from him before they throw him out in a high leverage situation.
Okay. It was odd to me, especially since I feel like we overtaxed Romano in the past week, and we'll probably use him again a lot
It
this
was
week.
odd to me because of how concerned they were about the bullpen arms,
Mhm.
because especially going into the Dodger series, they basically said Alvarado was unlikely to pitch, wasn't going to pitch Friday, unlikely to pitch Saturday, so he was only really available on Sunday. Strom pitched a lot on Friday, which meant he wasn't really, I don't think he came out on Saturday, but he pitched Sunday. So like they're trying to, once again, they're trying to do the thing that they haven't been doing in previous years, where they're trying to pull back on the relievers because I
Mhm.
feel like Strom, Hoffman, Alvarado, they were
Even
all
Kerkering,
used.
because they didn't have him out on Friday. Not until
Kerkering, I feel like he's been out there like nonstop.
him and Ruiz have come in for like the remainder of innings.
Yeah, like he's come in to kind of stop innings,
Yeah.
be a stopgap. I know Ruiz came out for like, I think there was a stat that because he came out for that Otani at bat.
Mm-hmm.
And he pitched like he's the first pitcher to not the first pitcher, but like a rare time where a pitcher comes in and records an out without actually recording an out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the bullpen. To your point, they're definitely using it tighter so they don't get fucking burnt out. Because I mean, you had Hoffman and Strom that were amazing through the entire season, and then just towards the end, you could tell they were just at their limit.
Yeah.
But also to your point, as we're trying to rehab guys like Romano in a way, was it Hernandez? We're kind of trying to rehab these guys, and then you have that wild card of fucking Walker. Like I think that was a blessing in disguise that he went 6 innings, because Friday could have been much worse.
I mean,
it will be next time out.
Tomorrow or today, when this drops.
Yeah, it's not gonna be great.
Yeah, when he goes 7 with like 1 run given up, dude, he's gonna. I don't fully expect it, but I feel like he's just gonna do the spiteful thing and just be like, yeah, I'm really fucking good. He's gonna make you do what we were kind of doing with Turnbull last year, where we're like, oh well, should we put him in the bullpen because he's pitching so well and what he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna give you like that moment, and then they're just like, yeah, you're not going to the bullpen, silly. You're going to free agency. Cut.
That would be fantastic. Now that they get a trade out of him.
Or he's pitching enough that we can get like a guy that's never gonna make the majors, and like I don't even care. Like just trade him for fucking cash considerations. I don't give a fuck.
Well, it'll be interesting because Ranger started his rehab assignment today, which means we got at least 2, maybe 3 more Taijuan starts before we actually get into Ranger time, and that's just hoping that Ranger comes back and Rangers things.
Danger
I
Ranger.
would assume maybe 1 more start from Taijuan because I think I think they're going to give him. I mean, depending on how his rehab goes, but I think that'll if it goes well, I don't think they're going to keep him down for too long.
Do you think they, even though the stud doesn't like it, do you think they go to a 6-man rotation?
No shot. Especially not at this point in the season. I'd rather pitch I'd rather have a 5-man rotation at this point in the season and then have more arms in the bullpen than having, a 6-man rotation where like you're going to have you're going to kill your bullpen arms on Taijuan and Ranger days.
So with the Ranger rehab assignment, if Ranger doesn't look like Ranger, do you think he goes to the bullpen?
I fucking hope so.
Yep.
I will die on that mound. Ranger is a bullpen guy, and it's not a knock to him. He's just so much better as a bullpen guy. I trust Ranger to go out and pitch the 9th inning more than I trust 90% of the people in that bullpen right now.
That's
Like,
fine.
I'd rather have Ranger out there. As of right now, everyone except for Alvarado. Alvarado is the only one that I have trust in, and that's a shaky trust situation.
I trust my boy Straub. I feel like he can still do it.
I think he can. I just don't think the ninth inning is the right situation for Straub.
No,
I
I
just
think
don't.
he's well suited to be the setup guy, or
Yeah,
even the seventh inning guy.
he's much better to be the high leverage earlier in the game guy, in my opinion. Where I think Alvarado fits better as a closer. Like, I feel like he's always seemed more comfortable in that position.
Which makes sense. It's just whenever Alvarado gets that wild game,
Yeah.
he always has like one of them maybe a month, and it's just like, God damn, dude.
I'm not allowed to talk too much good about Alvarado this year because I broke him last year. So I'm just gonna leave it as I like him what he's doing right now.
All right, so that's going to wrap up our conversation on the games that have happened. The Dodgers in Colorado. The team currently sits at 8-1. Was it 7-1? 8-1.
7-2.
7-2.
We
7-2.
We lost 2.
Yeah, we're 7-2.
All right, so we got the series coming up. One in Atlanta, one in St. Louis. St. Louis is looking pretty good. Atlanta looks like dog shit. If we're gonna pretend like we're not watching the game right now.
How do we all look up at our TVs?
Yeah, right. How do we think the Brave series is going to shake out? Tyler, we'll start with you.
We're gonna go 2-1 in the series. I think. I can't say I think. Obviously, Wheeler struggled a little bit today, but I still think we end up pulling this game out. I don't think the Braves bullpen is as good as it used to be. I just don't think the Braves are as good as they used to be. I think the Braves are going to suck butt cheeks this year, and I love it.
The caveat I'll throw out there, and we'll talk more about this when we recap the series next week. Wheeler didn't have a great outing, but it was made worse by some dumbass out in center field. Erik, what do you think is going to happen for the Brave series?
We're going to go 1-2. We're going to only win the Walker series or Walker game.
You're a fucking madman, bro. Like, get off my podcast with this negativity.
Walker for life.
This isn't even my podcast anymore, but I'm taking over. Fuck that. Shut fucking 1-2. Fuck the Braves.
I understand that. This is the perfect opportunity to put your foot on their throat, but I just don't think they're going to do it.
This is the perfect opportunity to mollywop them bitches.
All accurate comments, except for maybe the Walker game being the only one we win. But, he said we were going to get the sweep last week off of Walker's win. So Erik is 1-0 in predictions so far.
It's also kind of weird that he did mention that last week we were going to lose the Wheeler game because of an error by Rojas. And that happened in this game, even though Rojas didn't get credit for the error.
Which is dumb.
A little weird. It's a little freaky. So fuck you, Erik. Predict good things, not bad things.
Are you going to kick cuts with John Middleton? Is that what's happening? You guys are sitting on the same rocking horses talking to each other?
Listen, I reached out to Otani to get his betting guy.
I need your translator to go place a bet.
I have something that just sparked it in this current game. I have something that I want to talk about this.
Sure.
How do we feel about Bohm right now? Because like, my man is acting like a little fucking kid out there, and it's getting really irritating. Like, I'm still Bohm lever. Love the kid. He's a good baseball player. But he's got to figure his shit out mentally. Like, he's got to stop with this body. Like, I think one of the WIP's announcers were just like you have to get over yourself in order for the team to be successful. Like, you're out there acting like crying like because you got a ground out or you got out, even though your team's winning, or your team's doing like positive things, and you're just out there where concerned about yourself. Like, just like, I get it. I get the frustration. I do it too when I play ball, but I'm not getting paid fucking thousands of millions to go out there to be a fucking role model for kids. Like, that's the biggest thing to me. Like, you're showing And I get it, that's not necessarily what he's out there to do, but like you're not showing kids how to play the game properly. And I even hold Bryce stats in, especially Bryce Harper, because
Mhm.
he's one of the faces of the game, and he goes out there and he puts his head down, doesn't run out a ground ball or something like that. Like you got to do the little things in order for the teams to be successful.
Yep, and I would even go out as far as say Bryce isn't really Bryce at the moment. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not MV3 level yet. But to your point with Bohm, it's so he came into spring training all relaxed and did very well, and then it's like the moment he gets inside of his head, he goes on this cold streak that's awful, and it's because he like puts all that stress on himself. So I agree with you. I think Bohm is a really good third baseman if he just got the fuck out of his own way.
Yeah, but you also, I don't think there's any reason to start Bohm over Sosa right now either, though. Like Sosa is just on some kind of tear. You have to keep that going no matter what. And I think that's what they're trying to do. That's why he's in left field tonight. But like
I'd
he
start him
has
in
to
left field
do
every
it.
day at this point.
I don't necessarily agree with that because I mean you got to think about it. Like Bohm, yes, he has his ups, down streaks, whatever, but he's still a 280 hitter. He still almost leads the league in doubles every year. Like, oh, this is the other thing that I got a little. I wish I was on the podcast.
This is like 500 right now, dude. We got to ride it.
I get that, but I think what they're doing where they're kind of moving him around and giving other guys days off is what is the proper thing right now because one, if you're gonna ride, like if Bohm's the third baseman for the season, you gotta ride him. Like you gotta let him, play through whatever the fuck he's doing. Because the moment you bench him for Sosa, that's it. You're fucking he's lost confidence in himself. You now lost confidence in him. So he's never gonna get out of that funk. And like a guy like that, you don't like he's too good to bench. Like he's not a player that you bench. Like in my opinion, like it's not that he doesn't necessarily struggle against righties. He doesn't necessarily struggle against lefties. So like there's not the Stott or the Marsh aspect to, sitting him for a game where like you could do that with Sosa when you're facing, or do that with Stott when you're facing a lefty or Marsh when you're facing a lefty. I think Bohm, he's too good of a player. Like I think I heard someone like they were like, just get him out of town, trade him for a bullpen arm, and I think that's fucking kind of absurd to think of because Bohm is literally, in my opinion, a top 5 third baseman in the league. Like, name me 5 third basemen that you'd rather have over him. Like, truthfully, and I'm not saying like if you go you just go look at his stats. Like, name me 5 third basemen that are better than him.
I couldn't, and to be honest with you, I would have probably put him in top 3 because even the names that are popping in my head for third baseman, you're not going to get longevity out of them. Like,
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like because of his age, like he still has years to grow, and he's not, because you're probably thinking of Bregman, Nolan Arenado.
Yep. Even Riley, even though I think he's on the like he's a vet, but to me he could be the guy that hangs around with the team. Like, why wouldn't you want to keep him at third? It's the same question we get asked with JT. If not him, then who?
Yeah. It's not going to be Vladdy anymore after he signed that deal with Toronto. He's gone.
Who? Vladdy. The other thing on Bohm that I want to touch on that you talked about last week that kind of made me mad. You said that Bohm isn't successful with the torpedo bat because he's not a contact hitter. What the fuck is he then?
A bitch.
Did I say that?
Yeah. Like what kind of hitter do you consider Bohm? A guy who hits 280, hits for doubles, hits singles, doesn't go for power. Like that is he's literally the definition of a contact hitter, and he does contact really well.
Yeah, maybe I was talking about something else.
No, I'm texting you the Trump playbook. You're just going to blame it on Biden that you never said it, and then just move on. Just talk about some other topic. Let's talk about the fact that the cleats that Bryce Harper's wearing is not working for the Toronto Blue Jays.
I need proof that I said that.
You just go listen to last week's episode.
I'll pull up the link. I literally listened to it today. I got it's there. You said it.
Yeah.
And it was wild. And I almost turned off the podcast because of such an outlandish statement.
I think you were talking about the point that the
Maybe
torpedo.
I meant power hitter because I think the torpedo bat is made for more power.
Well, I think if I remember the conversation correctly, and I don't know anything about hitting bats because if I did, I'd probably hit a lot better. You were talking about like where he hits is usually towards the top of the bat or towards the neck of the bat, not so much where a torpedo bat would actually benefit you. If I remember correctly, I'm retarded when it comes to baseball
Maybe
bats.
I don't remember what the conversation was, but I'll admit that I was wrong.
Good.
No,
That's
you're
all I needed.
terrible politician. You blame the last guy. This is Michael Burhan's fault. He doesn't even know baseball. He lives in China. He's a goddamn communist. And that's why the torpedo bat should be outlawed and deported to El Salvador.
Also, I don't think the torpedo bat's going to get outlawed.
No, not now. If it would have stayed with just one team, maybe.
Because allegedly, I've been looking into stuff like this. It's not new this year. It's just new because the Yankees did it and they fucking popped off for a weekend, which is wild to me because I really think they just had a good weekend against shitty pitching, and the torpedo bats just got all the praise for it.
It's not the player; it's the bat. Honestly, I can't tell the fucking difference looking at the screen. Again, not smart when it comes to bats.
It's definitely hard to see because unless they zoom in on it.
I think every game I've watched, I ask you if he's using it today. Or Tom McCarthy will tell me if he's using it or not today. Like with the Apple TV game, no clue. Because, you listen to the WIP broadcast and watch the Apple TV and they can't see shit because they put them in that Tasty Cake studio away from the game. Anyway, we talked about the Braves. I think Tyler said 2-1. Erik said 1-2. I'm going to go 2-1. I think they would drop the Sanchez game, unfortunately, just because they seem to hate the really good starting pitchers. Show up for the bad guys.
Game, man. Walker game.
And if I had drugged this out long enough, I would know.
I'm changing it. I'm feeling 3-0.
Sweep?
I think it's a sweep. Braves fucking suck, dude. I hate them. They're trash.
I hope so. Just fucking crush them.
I just had that, that internal feeling that it needs to go to a sweep because, like we said, we're gonna fucking stick our fucking cleats on their throats, and we're just gonna mollywop them in the face. And fuck the Braves. They're never coming back from this. They ain't even gonna make playoffs this year. It's gonna be great.
Oh, heard it here first. Boom. Fuck you, Ray.
He's not a Braves fan. Anyway, the next series is in St. Louis, a.k.a. fuck Allen, fuck Aaron, fuck whatever anybody calls him on whatever project. But what do you think they're going to do against the Cardinals? And Cardinals kind of had a hot start. I don't know who they played. I just know their record.
They're getting shut down, bro.
Yeah, they're trash. Move on. 3-0.
The 1-2 series. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's. I don't even know how many we play against them. I assume 3, but
yeah.
I'll go 2-1. I think the Phillies they stay hot. They stay hot, and they go down to St. Louis. They channel their inner Ryan Howard when he used to play there, and just fucking smack home runs. But here's my bold prediction of that series. One of the games they hit like 5 home runs.
Damn.
Like they just go fucking off. Like everyone just be smacking home runs.
I honestly
Bryce gets 2. I think Casty gets 1. Schwarber gets 1, and then one of the I think Rojas might sneak one in after they're already up fucking 20-0, and they got a
position player in there.
Yeah.
Starts getting a reputation around the league like this dickhead hits home runs off of our position players.
Whatever, dude.
Has Harper
somehow.
He has
one. Harper even have a home run. You even watch the games, bro?
No.
Pretty sure he had one in the National Series.
Okay.
I think. I guess that's gonna do it for us this week.
He had a home run on opening day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that was the first one he did as a Philly, but like 6th one he's done in National Stadium.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yep.
Short-term memory.
Dude,
I'm talking about
so-
me. I'm the host. Do you think I'd remember the shit we talk about? I remember the bad stuff that would probably get us canceled, like Godzilla. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this week. I think they go 2-1 in both series. I'm beginning to think they win the Sanchez game and not the Wheeler game that might be hypothetically taking place. Any players to look out for? Do you think Bohm gets back into his groove, or it's going to take him to get back to the homestand for that?
For the Braves series or the Cardinal series? Or both?
Just in general, like they got a 6-game stretch here on the road. Do you think Bohm finds his groove here, or is he's going to have to wait until he gets back to Citizens Bank Park?
I think Bohm just does Bohm things, bro. Like he's like one of those players that just like quietly has like 2 for 4 games, and just RBI here, RBI there. Like I think he just has one of those. Like I think you'll see it at the progress. Like I think through the Braves series you're gonna see it, and then in the St. Louis series, I think he's one of the, I'll say, better hitters down there.
Mm-hmm.
Bohm is just keeping that spot warm for Miller. That's all. Just keeping it nice and toasty. And that bench spot, going to keep that nice and toasty for Sosa. It's all right, man. Bohm's going to be going for a bucket of balls.
Do you think Nola has a quality start in St. Louis? Well, okay.
Absolutely.
Do you think he doesn't give up a fucking homer in St. Louis?
What's the weather?
I don't give a fuck what the weather is. I think he goes 7.
If it's over 70, yes.
I think he goes 7 strong with I'll say 8 to 12 Ks. He's going to have one of those games. And he's going to give up a run. It's probably going to be in the 4th inning, but it's fine. Because that'll be the game that we decide that we're going to go off on. Like it's going to be, we'll finally give him some run support. Fucking Matt Olson.
That would be nice of us. And then my last question, Romano. Do you think he finds his stuff?
I mean, I don't think they use him in high leverage spots. Mm-hmm. So I think he'll look better, but I don't think he'll be great.
Okay. Do you think
hopefully he switched from, I hope him and Lil Dicky switch back so that way Romano can actually pitch and Lil Dicky can actually make albums.
Go out there and just shave him. Do you think there's any players that are going to drop off this week? Or bounce back? We'll go optimistic. Don't have to always be negative. You think anyone's going to break out in this road series?
Stop.
I mean, I think Harper finds his groove. Like I said, he's going to hit 2 home runs in 1 game. So I think Harper finds it. I think he does the thing. Gets us going.
I'm going to go with JT. I think JT will find his offense groove.
I thought he's been okay. He's been good.
I could have sworn he was low 200s with the batting average. Like he has like a bad game, really good game, bad game. Like
I felt like he's been just average. Like he's not doing anything great. He's not doing anything poor. Like it's not like I mean, I don't know. I don't have the stats in front of me, so I can't really tell. But I mean, just from my feel of watching the games, I feel like he's been just on like an even keel slope.
I'm thinking he's going to pop off, so I'm going to go with that. But that's going to do it for us this week on the Jersey Phanatics. Let's go around the table, see what everybody's got going on. Tyler, we'll start with you.
We got Jersey Phanatics dropping. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot I was here. Yeah, I don't know. Content.
There you go. You're on the weekly protocol for the Easter episode.
Hell yeah, Easter! Check that shit out. I'll be there.
Eric, what you got going on?
I got shit. I got nothing.
Get off the pot, bro.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing except Joe Walker.
So, the Jersey Phanatics drops every Wednesday here on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And also, you can see our lovely faces on YouTube if that's your preferred method of viewing our content.
I don't suggest that at all.
It's weird. The Google Meets made it cleaner this week. Google Meets did something to upgrade it because now we're 3 evenly distributed faces.
I just don't want them to see me picking my nose all the time.
That's fair. Or all of us just like glancing off into the distance whenever somebody fucking talks.
Looking at the TV to see what happened.
I feel like it's very rare that I'm actually looking at my camera.
I look everywhere but the camera. The weekly protocol drops every Thursday. This week we'll be talking about barbecues with Tim Clark and Jared Edelman. And then next week will be Easter with Jared Edelman and Tyler Freed. And then the week of the Game-a-thon, yes, the Game-a-thon is that close. We'll be doing a live weekly protocol on Tuesday. Guest streamers are Travis Goss on Sunday, April 20th, Tim Clark on Monday, April 21st, and on Wednesday will be Jared Edelman, and then you have to tune to our Facebook to see who's going to be streaming the Thursday before the Game-a-thon, because we're releasing them sequentially as a hype of our guest streamers. But the main event is Friday, April 25th, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the Dace Tackle Giving for a Cause 11. Donate today. We're giving away Phillies tickets, Amazon gift card to PlayStation 5. So, that's going to do it for this week on the Jersey Phanatics. I've been Chris the Dace Man Dace. He's been Eric Barezzo.
Rest in peace, Octavio Dutel.
He's been Tyler Freed.
Hey, yo, Copernicus.
And that's going to do it for us this week on the Phanatics. Remember, baseballers, stick to the protocol. Somebody ring that bell.
Ring-a-ling, ding, 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 ding.